Hey Max, well talk to me, how was that out there today?
Yeah, not very good to be honest. Just lacking balance, grip, two opposites from FP1 to FP2, and both of them not very good. So from our side, a lot of work to be done to also understand why we're having these kind of like big problems at the moment. Not a good day.
Had you made quite sweeping changes then between the sessions, and that's why the problems were different?
You just try to correct one thing and then you get another one, but never finding a good balance basically.
In terms of the direction for the rest of the weekend, have you still got some more ideas of which way you might want to head, or?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's very difficult to solve at the moment. So I don't expect miracles overnight. We just need to understand our issues a bit more. Where they are coming from.
Well, Lando, it looked like there are a few gremlins in your McLaren today. FP1, bit delay getting out. FP2, bit delay getting out. The good news is, when you did get out, it looks like the pace is there for you and Oscar.
The pace is there for Oscar, not for me at the minute. Just a pretty bad day from our side. Just not a lot of laps. So, not the way you want things to go at the minute. Especially because you're just learning with every lap you can still do, and I'm lacking a lot of laps. So, not the best start, but. I got a night off to look at things and try and fix some things for tomorrow.
Did you get enough laps to sort of understand where you want fixes overnight?
I got some laps, probably not enough, but we're on the back foot. I just have to try and make the most of it.
So George, an interesting Friday out there. Looked like there was a lot of action on track, a lot of traffic on track. How was it for you?
Yeah, definitely a lot of traffic by a couple of individuals. However, it was a good day. It was nice being back in Suzuka. There was a lot of chat about how these new cars and new engines would face around here, and obviously, at least on the quali laps, we're a bit down on speed into the first corner, but the S's is still super fast, and the speed we get up to sort of halfway down the back straight is the fastest we've ever done. So that's pretty cool and pretty good to see. As for us, McLaren were pretty fast, so a little bit of a surprise, to be honest. There's still some improvements we need to do, so a bit of work to do tonight.
And do you think that McLaren base is genuine and a threat for pole tomorrow, do you think?
Well, I don't see why it wouldn't be genuine, to be honest. I think Lando's had a disrupted day, but Oscar's looked pretty on it from the first lap out of the box this morning. So, we'll find out come qualifying. I think we've got some more to give, and things weren't quite optimized today, especially on my side with the energy management, so hopefully a little bit more to come tomorrow.
And is it clear to you where those little tweaks can come from?
Yeah, well, I think there's some quite big differences in the deployment between teams and what's been optimized over the course of the lap, so I think we just didn't quite have that right, and but it should be a relatively easy fix.
Hi Lewis.
Hi.
The radio message, I've no confidence in the car. We've spoken to Diego actually, and he said the resurfacing, there's things they can do overnight. Are you confident you'll get a car you can be confident in for tomorrow?
Well, I mean, we work on it. I think it's just the way of this track, it's a massively demanding circuit. It's amazing to drive, but getting the right balance, and I think interestingly there's something I think it's just something in how this car is set up. There's kind of some similarities to what I felt last year, so we're just working on that. So I'm confident overnight we can find something and get it to a better place. But it's an awesome circuit, but you need to be able to sit on the rear and be comfortable that it's going to stay with you. And today I had the snaps. Just can't seem to match the other guys. So I think we'll do a deep dive tonight. We'll get some interesting readings from the simulator, and but I feel like I've got a bit of a North Star. It's just how do we get there, and so we're going to try and figure that out.
Must be nice to have a direction though, at least. A lot of people struggled today though, so how different is the feeling around this circuit? As you say, it's a fantastic one to drive. How different is the feeling this year in these cars?
No, it doesn't feel, as I said, it doesn't feel massively different. It feels pretty good. The track is awesome. They resurfaced it. We've had beautiful weather today. The fans have been incredible already, as they always are on the first day of testing here. It doesn't really feel like massively different to last year, if I'm really honest. which is probably why we're in a similar position as we were last year. So we've got to figure out how to unlock. There is more potential in the car. It's just figuring out how to unlock that. So that's what we're going to go and focus on now.
Carlos, it looked like a tough day out there in terms of trying to get some performance out of the car. Talk to me. How was it?
Yeah, tough to get something out of it. But at the end, I think both cars we were not looking too bad after the short runs of FP2, where we seem to maybe be a bit more in the mix in the midfield this weekend on over one lap in qualifying. Okay. Then as soon as we put the fuel in the car and we went to do our long runs, our race pace was pretty terrible. But we'll work on it, see what we can do, and see if we can find some performance there.
Were you surprised on the race pace side just how tough that was, or was it a little bit expected around here?
No, it was definitely, after the short runs being a bit more competitive, I was thinking this might translate into a bit more high fuel pace, but the high fuel was really not good. So we'll look at it, we'll see what we're doing wrong in the high fuel and see if we can solve anything.
Valtteri, a couple more practice sessions under the belt. It feels like, I guess, every weekend's a Lando weekend, but today specifically a tough track like this, what did you get out of it?
Well, first of all, fun to be on my favorite track. It's great out there. We actually, on my side of the garage, was the best day so far we've had on a race weekend. Everything on time, not a single issue today. So we could just really focus on performance and fine-tuning the car balance. So in that way, positive day.
In terms of the performance, what were you able to find firstly on the single lap?
Yeah, well, it seems like we are today ahead of Aston and actually not far from Alpine, Williams. They seem a bit closer than in China. So in that sense, it's positive. Like we're still towards the back, which is not great, but we can still see positives.
Feels like a step. And then the long run pace, what about that?
Long run pace, the same. I think we're not that far from Williams, and everything was pretty straightforward. So let's see what tomorrow brings. It's a new day.
If you keep up on this trajectory, though, does it give you the feeling, maybe for the first time this year, that you might be able to go racing properly with a couple of teams?
We will eventually. It gives me confidence that we can see progress. We know with the new bits we brought this weekend, it's definitely giving us a bit of a boost from China. So we just need to keep going like this, and it will be good eventually.
Hey Nico, I know it's only Friday, but how was that for you out there in both sessions?
Yeah, it was okay. Solid baseline, although it seems the midfield as a whole a lot closer than in the first two races of the year. So quite interesting how quickly things seem to bunch up. But decent 2 sessions, clean, no issues on my side of the garage. So completed the program. A lot of things to review, to look at, but some good learning. In
terms of when you had on the lower fuel runs on the softer tyres, in terms of, I know you said it felt pretty good, but you're pretty happy with how that kind of came about?
Yeah, I think Friday everyone is doing the usual learnings now overnight. I think the package is in a decent place. For us, it's the usual kind of fine-tuning, trying to maximize overnight. Hopefully we can conserve this kind of form and bring it into tomorrow. And
I know it's again only Friday, but in terms of looking for
Thank
the rest,
you for mentioning it so
yeah,
often.
I thought.
So why don't you save the question?
Well, yeah, no, because there's still an answer to be had. I think looking at the rest of the weekends and the midfield being close, do you still feel like this? If you get everything right, you should be in the fight for Q3 and points.
Absolutely.
Any lap around Suzuka, I imagine, is a fantastic experience. So you got some good laps in today.
Yeah, it's been a good day. Struggled a bit in FP1. We had a few new pieces on the car and maybe they didn't perform as we expected. So we had to adjust. And then in FP2, the car was performing back to how I like it. So I was happy. Gaps are very, very close, and it's our midfield battle is always the same. VCarb is looking good. Even Williams at some stage, and also Audi. So that's our standard battle, and we'll be looking to find a bit of lap time overnight and see what we can do for tomorrow.
Because given the record of qualifying positions versus race positions, quality will be important tomorrow. Yes. It was very tough to overtake last year. It was probably one of the races with the least overtakings. Last year, however, with this new regulation, there is always going to be a bit more opportunity. However, qualifying will still be priority number one. We're going to try and get up there as much as.
Oh, does it feel a bit like deja vu, Harvid?
I don't know. I mean, in the end, it is what it is. I think, these sort of issues are very common when there's a new regulation. There was a lot of stuff going on in 2014, and even this year, yes, we've had a few issues, but, it's not like other teams haven't as well, we've seen that. And I think that's been more hurting for some other teams, in more critical moments they've had issues. So fine, yes, it's unfortunate. It is what it is now. We're a team. We'll figure it out together, and we'll be back on it tomorrow.
Can you tell us any more about what it was that kept you in there?
There was just a bit of an issue with the gearbox. So.
Okay. And how much can you lean then on Liam's setup? Are your setups fairly similar, or have you got enough information to know the differences you would want to make to what he has?
We started quite similar in FP1, and then we both had similar limitations, and the direction we went in was quite similar. He was happier, so we can take that learning, yeah.
And you're confident you'll be fine to get out for the start of FP3 tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well, Pierre, on paper it looked like a slightly tricky day for Alpine. How was it behind the wheel around this fantastic circuit?
Yeah, I think generally it's been hasn't been easy. Since we arrived in P1, we struggled quite a lot with the car balance. I think we made some good improvements for FP2, but yeah, overall it's very tight. I think we 3/10 between where we are in 15.016 to P7, I think. So at the moment we're just on the wrong side of that midfield, but yeah, it definitely feels that it doesn't feel too nice inside the car. So I'm sure we hopefully going to find ways to improve, and yeah, small improvements can have a big impact on the position tomorrow.
And specifically, do you know what you're going to ask for in terms of improvements?
Yeah, I mean, we know in high speed we're struggling with understeer. It's been the case in FP1 a lot. It's been very difficult. I think we made a step in P2, but then there's still, it's still a limitation. So we need to have a look exactly how aggressive we can go and how much more we have. But yeah, I'm sure it will be the better.
Well, Lance, a lot of laps on the board today. Did you manage to get through the full program?
Yes.
Yeah. And we've seen that there are some vibration countermeasures in the car. Was it feeling better behind the wheel?
Not much. Still some things to work on.
Do you have a clear direction for the setup for tomorrow going into FP3 and qualifying?
Yeah, we have some ideas. We know the areas we got to work on, so we'll try and improve the car for tomorrow.
And when you're out on Suzuka circuit in a car that's suboptimal, shall we say, are you still managing to enjoy yourself, still having a good time behind the wheel?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. It's a place I always enjoy coming back to. It's very special to drive here. The track's amazing, the atmosphere is amazing, so yeah, it was fun out there today.
So Jack, we've had that first day of practice here in Japan. You got to go in the car early doors in FP1.
Yep.
How was that experience for you?
Yeah, it was great. My first time in the car, first time here at the circuit, and yeah, enjoyed every lap of the few amount of laps I did. But yeah, really enjoyed it today, and I felt quite quickly up to speed, which was good and positive in case I, of course, need to ever jump in again. I feel ready, and I feel quite quick up to speed.
In terms of the amount of time that you spend in the simulator normally, it's super important, isn't it, to get like real car experience to assure, just for you personally, to ensure the correlation's good?
Yeah, that's my main role, and I think also, another reason why we wanted to do a free practice session for me so early in the year was to have that simulator correlation, and it's great to have that for us. And I do feel that all the simulator laps I've done really helped me be straight on it today in the FP1. So it's good to see that correlates.
And then from what you heard from Lance and Fernando chatting in FP2, what was the feedback?
A bit more of the same. I think it's I think it's a track we kind of expect to struggle at, seeing the current limitations of the package we have. So yeah, I'm keen to hear more on the debrief here soon. But yeah, seems like we're struggling a bit, but I think it's expected.
Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. We just had the interviews of our drivers after the free practices. Some of them were confident, some of them were frustrated, but overall it was a good FP, and we had some surprises, to tell you the truth. Me just got interested to see what is going to happen in the near future, but overall it was a good one, and I was like interested to see. So we had George Russell. He came in very confident after topping FP1, but also a bit defensive about Mercedes dominance. Said rivals are basically trying to slow Mercedes down with rule changes, and he warned that don't expect them just to back off, they're pushing hard. And the key vibe, he said that we are strong and others don't like it. So he was like a little bit defensive and a little bit angry. In the other hand, the second driver of Mercedes, he was a super calm and consistent again, right behind Russell and Piastri in both sessions. Not super vocal, but performance says everything. He just said that I'm quite confident and I'm a legit title contender already. So he really believes in himself, but I don't know what he's going to say. But on Oscar Piastri, he was the big headline today, the fastest in FP2. After a horrible start in the session, he said that he is finally feeling comfortable again. McLaren is improving, but still behind Mercedes and Ferrari. The simple focus is to finish the races and build momentum. And he said that we're not yet there yet, but we're coming back. So they did some changes on the car, and hopefully they will get back to where they supposed to be, or where they think they to be. Lando Norris, in the other hand, he had a frustrating day with technical issues, and he called it a pretty bad day. On the other hand, on the new FIA rules, energy deployment change, he said that it won't change everything, but could help slightly. And he just quoted that I'm struggling today, but I'm not panicking. I will be the one that will be defending my title and won't let anything come in my way. But we'll see. I don't know what was going to happen, and I hope it will be for his best. We have a Ferrari, Charles Leclerc. He said that I'm not super loud in my headlines today, but Ferrari is just sitting behind the top pace and quietly confident they're still in the fight. He said that the waiting mode, the Ferrari is lurking, so they're cooking something in the background, but nobody knows, and they are doing some updates on the to the bullet, to the car, and they are playing a lot with the aerodynamics, and clearly none of the teams have the ability to follow up them, and they're doing really good stuff. So little by little, like step by step, they're coming to the top, you know. So from a season that was worst for them, they're coming on the season that they are like doing something that really is worth it. Lewis Hamilton, he said that I'm keeping things low key and I'm focusing on extracting a performance from the car, and not to do big statements. I'm just working throughout the setup. So, and his main quote was that I'm on experience mode and building through the weekend. So he is working very, very, very close with the engineers and trying to make the car as fast as he can. Just so you know, Ferrari is the fastest one on the corners, but on the straights it lacks a little bit of speed, but they are doing something that it will make the car fly away. But we just need to wait and see what's going to happen in the coming days. So it's gonna be a really interesting thing to see what Ferrari will do in the coming days. Max Verstappen was the biggest one off track moment. He was very frustrated. He also did a little stunt, let's say, that wasn't really good for his image. He kicked a journalist out of the press conference, and he was like still clearly frustrated from the past controversies and the media narratives, and he just said that I'm tense and I'm fired up and not in the mood. So Verstappen is having very difficult times with new regulations of the bullet, and with the new regulation that FIA has just implemented, and he doesn't like it because the car, he said that this car is like a plastic. It's not natural for us to drive this kind of car. We just need a car that we can control, not the car control us or control the race. And it doesn't have that old feeling of F1 cars. So he is on that kind of vibe at the moment, and he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. He may or may not, but if this continues to frustrate him, he may leave Formula One for good. I hope not, because he's an astonishing driver. He's a perfect driver, but I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna be like, we just need to wait what's gonna happen in the near future. Overall, the driver's mood on Suzuka Friday, on today's free practices, we saw that Mercedes is confident, slightly defensive. McLaren is mixed, like Piastri is strong, Norris is frustrated, he cannot get the pace. Ferrari is quiet, doing things on the background, and we have Red Bull that is intense and with emotional edge, because their car seems to not go fast enough to make Verstappen happy. The big talking points of the drivers mentioned that the new FIA rules on energy deployment are, some of them like it, some of them don't like it, but we have mixed reactions. The Mercedes dominance is causing a lot of tension in the paddock. They are accusing Mercedes for doing something fishy on the car that FIA doesn't want to look at it, but I don't know what's going to happen. We have McLaren trying to recover themselves. Piastri is doing his best to hold McLaren on his back and bring them where they should be. And it's going to be interesting. We have early signs that this weekend could be very tight at the top. If Friday is anything to go by, Mercedes still looks like the team to beat, but McLaren are waking up. Ferrari is right there, and Verstappen, well, he's already in a full fight mode. Suzuka is setting up for a serious battle, and the other drivers are trying their best to fight in the middle section of the tier. Haas is really strong, telling themselves that they are really strong. Audi, on the other hand, is having a little bit of trouble. Williams, they are here, they are not here, they're having a lot of trouble with the engine. Aston Martin, we already know, the vibration and things like that, they are still having problems with Honda and trying to fix the engine problem, but it's clearly not a solution for them. But hopefully it's gonna be a good thing. RB, they're fighting really good. They are in a good pace. And for Cadillac, they're just trying their best to get points as much as they can and prove to F1 that they are worthy of being the 12th, the 11th team, like that, yeah, the extra team on F1. So we will have a good, interesting weekend, and I hope for the best to win. Thank you everyone for watching this video with us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. If you have something to add up, comment down below, and we'll see you in the next one.